Let's go back to the Somme. The expense of 622,221 Allied casualties might well seem a grossly disproportionate price to pay for an advance of 6 miles or so. But that, however, was not the only gain. The attack on the Somme had been launched in part to relieve the severe pressure to which the French were being subjected at Verdun, by forcing the enemy to redeploy troops northwards. This it succeeded in doing, at the same time confirming the Anglo-French alliance upon which successful resistance to the German invasion depended. So there was a political gain as well. Its main and original military aim, however, was to contribute to a concerted effort on both the western and eastern fronts to exhaust Germany's reserves. This it also achieved. If the Somme cost the Allies dearly, it also drained the Germans, who, though defending, probably suffered more than 500,000, but less than 600,000 casualties. One German officer described the Somme as, quote, the muddy grave of the German army. And Crown Prince Ruprecht of Bavaria observed that, quote, what remained of the old first-class peace-trained German infantry had been expended on the battlefield. It was the first time on the Western Front that the Allies had seized the initiative, and the experience of the Somme left the Germans considerably more shaken than the British. At the end of 1916, according to his memoirs, General Erich Ludendorff, who was in effect deputy of the Chief of the General Staff, warned the German High Command too, and I quote, bear in mind that the enemy's great superiority in men and material would be even more painfully felt in 1917 than in 1916. They had to face the danger that Somme fighting would soon break out at various points on our fronts, and that even our troops would not be able to withstand such attacks indefinitely, especially if the enemy gave us no time for rest and for the accumulation of material. Our position was uncommonly difficult and a way out hard to find. We could not contemplate an offensive ourselves, having to keep our reserves available for defense. If the war lasted, our defeat seemed inevitable. The following February, the Germans abandoned their positions on the Somme and retreated up to 20 miles backwards to the Siegfried Stellung or Hindenburg line.